There are two questions you're going to be asked when pitching a movie or TV show. Actually, for me, three questions. The first question being, how did you get past security? So the two questions are, why you and why now? Why you means, why are you the best person to tell this story? How is it personal to you so that the story feels more authentic? And why now is, why is this idea even relevant to audiences today? So for example, in your pitch, you may say, soccer is becoming very popular in this country. So my idea is to take an American overseas and have him become the coach of a football team. Football? I thought you said this was about soccer, not football. No, over there they call soccer football. Oh, well, why don't you just keep him here and have him become the coach of a football team? Well, see, here, football is not football. Football is football, but it's not soccer. Oh, this idea is too confusing. What else you got? Even the movie Oppenheimer is very relevant to today, even though it takes place in the 1940s, because it was about the development of the atomic bomb and how the atomic bomb destroyed the world, really changed the world. And of course, what's going on today that feels eerily similar, artificial intelligence. People are saying that poses just as great of a threat or even larger threat than the atomic bomb. So that movie's very relevant. Hollywood has always asked these kind of questions. Even go back to the 1960s, where what two shows were really popular, The Addams Family and The Munsters. And what were those shows really about? Well, those shows were about a family of weirdos who looked different, who acted different. They had different customs, and they looked very strange. What was going on in the 1960s in America? Well, the country was experiencing a huge influx of immigration. Many people were uncomfortable with that. And so those shows kind of addressed that in a fun and sweet way. And so it was always the outsiders, always terrified of Herman Munster because how he looked different. They'd see him, and out of fear, they'd run through a brick wall and screaming, right? But Herman Munster, actually, all those families were very sweet and loving and welcoming. Whenever a stranger came to visit, they'd welcome him. It was the outsiders who had a problem. So it always speaks to some kind of larger issue. I have another free webinar coming up this weekend. This one's called The Pep Talk That Every Screenwriter Needs to Hear. But I think a lot of it even applies to novelists, any kind of creative writer, maybe even actors. There's a lot of lies that people tell themselves. So my intention with this talk is to kind of disabuse you of some of those lies and help you along your way. It's free, again, to attend. The link is in my profile. I'll see you there at Michael Jamin Writer.